Hey y'all! So this video is actually for our class on 723, but really it's just a quick reading skills review. That's basically what we're going to focus on in class. So I've just made a couple of notes for you guys to think about, especially before the end of class and before the final. So the first thing to discuss is how to take a reading quiz. You guys know most of this stuff, but you should always skim first, get the main idea, examine what type of reading you're doing. Is it an essay? Is it an article? You are going to be doing mostly article reading on the final, so that's the one I think most of you are struggling with too. So remember, when you're skimming, you're looking at the title, you're looking at pictures, and you're seeing, hey, what is this about? The second thing you should do is you should read the questions before scanning any details. So now that you have the general main idea, go back, read the detail questions. You're probably going to be looking for numbers, dates, people's names, maybe the names of places, or some key words that are pulled from the text. Then when you go into scan, make sure that you're just looking at the words. You're not actually reading anything, right? You're just looking for those things. The third thing to think about is don't read anything, only scan or skim unless you need more information to answer a question. Number 4, time yourself. Try not to take more than 2 to 3 minutes per question. Ideally, you should take about 2 minutes per question. So if you can't find something, skip it and then go back at the end, okay? Always skip the ones that are the hardest. If they take you time, then go back and do them. And then finally, remember, I do not need you to answer in full sentences. I am only asking you questions about basic details. Most of the stuff you can pull right from the text, so don't worry too much about that. Just a quick review of what skimming is. Skimming is looking for the main idea. Titles, pictures, subheadings, and topic sentences, just to understand what the whole thing is about. Scanning is not reading. You are only running your eyes across the text, looking for keywords. This is how you answer detail questions. Moving along in our reading skills review are vocabulary skills. So the latest stuff that we worked on were word families. So an example of a word family comes from the base create. Creation is the noun, creative is an adjective form, creatively is an adverb, recreate is another type of verb. We've added a prefix, re, on the front there of our root. Re is still our prefix. Then we have our root create, and then tion is our noun ending. So we have a root, I've added this, root, a prefix, and a suffix. And then finally we have kriya, our root there, and then tor, just like doctor, teacher, that is a noun form, creator. So these are all family members. They're all related to each other. How nice. And then the last thing I want to review is vocabulary and context. So I am going to ask you on the test, what vocabulary what vocabulary context clue is present? And you're going to have to answer with one of these: definition, example, contrast, or general context. This is from our reading text, and it's an extremely important skill. So I've given you an example of each of these. So the word in question that we're using is canine, which also means dog, right? So the definition context clue would be a canine, commonly known as a dog, is a common pet. So inside that sentence, we actually have a definition present, okay? An example context clue would look like this. Canines, such as Labradors, Poodles, Terriers, and Retrievers, are popular pets. These are all examples of dogs, so that helps you understand what the word canine means. Contrast, which usually means opposites or showing a difference, right? So we have canines play fetch. unlike felines who play with string. Fetch is usually, if you don't know, when you throw a stick or a ball and the dog goes and gets it and brings it back, right? So that's a dog game. Felines are cats, and they usually play with string or maybe yarn, right? And then finally, general context can just help us understand. So for example, canines have fur, 4 paws, long noses, and drool. They often like to play with humans and are generally friendly. Some people keep them as guards for their homes, but most people like canines as pets for their companionship. So those are all examples of context clues for the same word that can help us understand the word canine. And that is it, my friends. All right, this was a long video, but hopefully it helps. I will see you guys in class on Thursday. Bye.